Okay, so this is the tutorial for the CMYK sliders. We are on I believe it's the third page of the DigiPlates. 1, 2, 3. We're on the third page. The first side of the page you will fill out using Photoshop, the same way we've been filling out for the filling these out for the in the past. You're going to use the gradient and then make the U going from diagonal. The only difference is that you have to select the hues, and I recommend you using your Munsell color wheel, the very first page of the digital handouts. We're going to actually work with the CMYK sliders. And so you should be able to select the box. If not, it's okay. You can use the rectangle tool to make a box roughly the same size. I'm selecting V to just move this box so I can see the text. You want the color in this box to be 100% cyan, and this one 100% magenta, and this one 100% yellow. First thing you're going to do is open up your color window. And mine popped up over here. I'm going to select CMYK, and then this percentage, I'm just going to select 100%, 0% in the others to make sure I get a box that's 100% cyan. And I'll just go ahead and maybe make it a little bit larger. I'm going to hold down Option and just go ahead and duplicate this box, and then Command D to duplicate again. And this one is 100% magenta. So I will take the CMYK here and 100% magenta. And then for this last one, it's 100% yellow, making sure that it's 0%, 0%. For this first box, you can see it's going to be 90% cyan, 10% magenta. So you can go ahead and select 90 and 10. So you're adding and subtracting using the CMYK sliders. And go ahead and place them. And then the next one is 80-20. 80 for the percentage of cyan and 20% magenta. And hit enter, and it'll change subtly. And then 70-30 for the next one. And you're welcome to use the sliders. And then for the next one, it's 60-40, 60-40. And then this is the area that was similar to the first way I showed you, where you're going to copy this first bar, and now you're going to make adjustments with the HSB sliders. So with this one, brightness is at 100%, but you're going to add white. For this one, saturation will be at 100%, but you're going to add black. So how to do that is we'll go over here and open up the menu, and now switch over to the hue, brightness, and saturation. So brightness is at 100%. And then you're going to add white by moving to the left. If you don't go brightness 100%, you'll see that the saturation turns to gray. So the reason we need the brightness is so that we're adding pure white to each of these. So brightness at 100%, and then lighten it, and then brightness at 100%. And you want to try to have them change in the same value that they're changing on the scale to the left. So they're getting lighter, but you want, if one is a little darker than the one above it, you'll go ahead and make that adjustment by adding less white to that one. And then make sure you copy this first group and not the second group. And then again, brightness. So the saturation will be at 100, but now we're going to add black. So we're getting high saturated high chroma with variations in value. And then you'll repeat that, adding magenta and yellow. So I'll do the first one. Switch back over to my CMYK sliders. So this is 90% magenta, no cyan. So we can move this up to 90. Move black all the way to 0, and then 10%. I selected V, so I can just duplicate this. And I'm just going to quickly repeat and then type in 80 and 20. And then take this down to 70. So I'm using both. I'm typing in and also using the sliders to move. And this last one, move this down to 60. And add this to 40. That way you're getting a variation of the mixing of those two, and you're playing with the percentages of each one of these. So if you notice that when I move, you're not adding, 100% total for all three. One is at 0, then one is at 40, and the other is at 60, and you'll repeat that. So I'm going to select these two. This column, repeat it twice, open up the HSB, and this first one says brightness 100%, and then we're adding white, brightness at 100%, adding white, brightness at 100%. So the idea is to get them to look like different swatches. So I noticed that these two are a little too similar, so I might just darken that one just a little bit and do the same with these, just to make sure I'm getting a variation of hue. And these ones look really similar, so I'll keep playing until I get different colors, definitely. Making sure that there's nothing that repeats in each of these. And then I'll do the same thing here, saturation 100%. Saturation at 100%, saturation at 100%, and saturation at 100%. And that is how you'll go ahead and finish the CMYK sliders.